And we are back, and we just finished watching 1986's Stand By Me. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 29 minutes. This is a coming-of-age story, or it's tagged as coming-of-age, dark comedy, quest, adventure, comedy, drama. This is currently streaming on Netflix and comes to us from director Rob Reiner. We are only doing this one film this weekend as we wrap up the year, and we wanted to pay homage to the recently deceased Rob Reiner. This comes to us from a novella by Stephen King entitled The Body, and screenwriting credits to Raynold, Gideon, and Bruce A. Evans. According to the IMDb blurb, a writer recounts a childhood journey with his friends to find the body of a missing boy. This stars Wil Wheaton as the, main character, Gordie, his best friend, Chris, played by the late River Phoenix, Teddy, played by Corey Feldman, and Vern, played by Jerry O'Connell. 4 friends who go on this quest to find this body after Vern hears his, brother and a friend talking about it, that there was this body by a river or something, of a dead boy that they assumed was this missing boy that had been in the news. I remember seeing this in the theater. I remember enjoying it. I enjoyed it now. There's something very bittersweet about it, I think maybe because there is a very, very young River Phoenix in it, and it would have been interesting to have seen his filmography had he lived past 23. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Could I start with you, please? What did you think of the film? This is your first time watching, correct?
Yes, I've actually never seen this movie.
What did you think?
Oh, it was good.
Not a long film.
It's not a long film. It's a pretty straightforward story. It's really just like a big character piece about these kids growing up in this
little town
and the bonds of friendship that they have as these little kids. What are they supposed to be, all like 12, I think?
Right. They're going into junior high.
Yeah, they're about to hit junior high where things are going to start changing, and the writer actually makes note of that. And it's sort of the kind of kid's adventure that can't be done really today, not for an American kid anyway.
Right. American kids know too much, and they probably would be bored by this.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in the way kids are nowadays.
Got it.
There's more parental supervision. This is before the rise of helicopter parenting. This is even before come back when the stoplights come on. These kids are out for 2 freaking days. And it's just like, yeah, we're going camping in the woods. And it's sort of like, sure, just, I don't know, bring me back a fish or something.
Yeah. Or be back. Because they came back the Sunday before Labor Day.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess just be back before it's time to go back to school.
Yeah, they had very little parental supervision. Just, hey, we're going camping.
And some of them seem like they came from broken homes.
Some of them came
especially
from
Chris
one of the kids
Teddy.
just bust out a gun and say, hey, I got this from my dad's dresser. He won't know it's missing. He's drunk every time he goes out and practices shooting stuff with it. Yeah, it was a different time, a way different time. And so that's what I mean by, you can't really have this kind of adventure set in 2025 or something like that, because you'd be gone for maybe a day and the police would be involved. So these kids they're out on an adventure. They almost get killed several times, or at least they're engaging in stuff that should get or probably could have gotten them killed. And the characters are interesting in that they each have unique personalities, and they all have their own little traumas. Probably maybe the most well-adjusted one is Vern.
Yeah, I would say.
He seemed to be just this happy-go-lucky kid, and very little stuck to him. I mean, he was to the point where he's getting a little bit bullied by his friends, and he's just like, oh, come on, fellas.
Yeah.
He's like that guy. But it was interesting. I'm not going to say this film blew me away or anything, but it was good. It was a nice story, well told.
Yeah, and it feels very reminiscent of a certain time frame. Obviously, this is set in the 50s, I believe, and so, but just even the storytelling of the film, it felt like you and I grew up with films like this. Like it very much felt like The Lady in White to me, kind of. We'd seen that film with the kids a couple of years ago, the Lucas Haas one, and it's steeped in this like storytelling of remembrance and
small town,
how life used to be and how different it becomes. And to your point, even the writer, played by Richard Dreyfuss, mentions how their friendship sort of fractured and through nobody's fault. It's just people grow up and grow out of these friendships and commit to new friends and stuff. And that's just the way life is.
Yeah. And it also sticks to that small town Americana thing where it's sort of like there can be mystery.
Right.
And there can be just, the town is surrounded by woods.
Yeah.
And you just go into the woods and you never know what's going to happen.
Right. Or if you even come out, right?
Yeah, and there could be some sort of old stuff in there. Like there's lore to the town, like old urban legends and whatnot.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody. I think, because all the characters knew everybody. Even the junkyard guy knew who he was talking to when
those
he was
kids were,
those kids.
Gee, this is your first time also watching this. What'd you think of the film?
I thought it was nice.
Mm-hmm. Just okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's really for me.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I don't really mind coming of age stories. They're probably just not my favorite genre of movie. Okay. I liked it though. It was cute.
Yeah. It wasn't long, right? Did you have a favorite character in the piece or no?
Maybe Gordie.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him. I liked Chris. I mean, I didn't really have a problem with any of them. I liked all of them, Teddy and Vern too.
Teddy was a little weird.
He was a little bit weird, but I feel like he had reasons.
Yeah. Sure. Did you have a favorite scene in the film?
I don't know. I don't know if there was anything that made me laugh really hard or anything.
What about the big train?
That was my least favorite scene. God, nobody's moving with well, they were moving with urgency.
Well,
but
towards
they
the end
been
there.
moving with more urgency, yes,
from
for
start,
the entire, exactly, from the start.
Yeah.
When Vern just lays down, I got so pissed off.
Yeah.
He's just ready to just die.
Yeah.
Gordie
has to drag him up and keep pushing him forward.
I would have jumped over him. I would have just
enjoyed her. Gordie's a better friend than me.
Yes. I would have been like, later.
Yeah, you're on your own, Subs.
Jesus, what a terrible scene. I like the scenes where Chris and Gordie open up to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're talking about Chris enrolling in college classes, and then the next day when they finally see what they had gone on their whole journey for. I guess maybe those would be my favorites because I thought they were sweet, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, that sequence where Gordie really beats himself up and Chris is like, yeah, I kind of wish I was your dad because I would make you see that you're special and this, that, and the other thing. And it was so heartbreaking because Gordie's dad was very, very detached.
Yeah.
To the point where it was sort of uncomfortable to watch those scenes.
Yeah.
And he didn't even really have the excuse that he got that way after Gordie's brother died, because even before then there's the scene where they're all eating dinner together or whatever, and his dad just could not care less about him.
Yeah. It was the brother, right?
Yeah, and
that was making a fuss about.
Mom.
Sort of, but not.
She definitely wasn't as interested as the brother was, because the brother was the one who brought it up.
Yeah.
But she did seem to. She still saw Gordie.
Yeah. Like
he kept asking his dad to pass him the mashed potatoes, and his dad completely ignored him. But his mom was the one who passed him.
Yeah. Yeah. That was sad too. It reminded me of the Johnny Cash movie when he tells him the wrong kid died. I was like,
that was absolutely familiar to that. Yeah. I mean,
to the point where Gordie has a dream about that, doesn't it? Because I don't think that what happened at the gravesite happened. It's just probably like a reinterpretation in his head.
Well, it's probably how he felt, because I mean that was
the way he's being treated.
The scene at dinner was a memory.
Right. Sure.
And his father completely ignoring him, and then actually sort of getting upset when the subject was trying to be shifted over to Gordie's story writing.
Or not even that, just girls. Remember?
Well, the girls thing was for the distraction that first happens, but then he seemed to get more upset.
Right.
When it was like, oh, we're not talking about Denny anymore.
Right.
We're talking like, why are we wasting our time talking about this kid?
Right.
The big star is Denny.
Right.
And Denny was like, no, this is a great story. Very loving to his brother. Wished he got his hat back.
Yeah.
I was upset.
That scene bothered me so bad.
Yeah, bad.
Oh my
Kiefer
God.
Sutherland.
I
bad,
was
bad
so
Kiefer
upset.
Sutherland.
I really wanted him to pull the gun out on those kids.
Yeah, and just be like, give me my goddamn hat back.
Seriously. Oh my God.
It was the last thing he had from his brother.
It was. Oh,
well,
that
I mean,
scene
his
so
room was all
sad.
like a shrine, so it wasn't the last thing he had.
No,
I'm
but
sure he could have
it was legitimately given
Yeah,
to
he
him
gave
by
it
his
to
brother.
him.
That's more than just, I'm just going to take stuff after he's dead.
Right, that's fair.
Like the canteen was meaningless.
Right.
The hat meant something because it was, this is yours now. And he's like, no, this is your hat. And he's like, nope, it looks good on you.
And then he hugs him too.
Mm-hmm.
God, that really, really bothered me. Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we think of Killer Chopper?
Oh, the dog.
Chopper.
Also known as Popeye.
That's part of the thing I was talking about with the town. Everybody knows each other. There's like legends basically building, and there was the legend of Chopper, the dog that was trained to tear off men's testicles. And it was just some regular sort of like cute dog that after it chased that kid, it's just sort of like, all right, I'm just going to lay down here. I'm just going to rest for a bit.
That's funny. That's funny.
That dog was not, it definitely wasn't Cujo.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. What else? Any other parting thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, not really. Like I said, it's a nice story that's well told.
Yeah. Doesn't overstay its welcome, even though it's told through Richard Dreyfuss's voice.
I think this came out before Richard Dreyfuss became
a total
known as being a very annoying person in real life. And in the movie, he's just a guy remembering the story. I guess because he just learned the news that
Chris had been murdered.
So yeah, it's like a bittersweet thing that gets him to write about his friends finally, which they sort of allude to when they were kids. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to be pretty hard up to write about you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is an interesting story. It's not what you'd expect from when you hear, a novella by Stephen King.
Right. Right.
You expect.
Well, also Green Mile, Shawshank, right?
Yeah,
all novellas that did very well in the cinema.
Yeah, I think because they stuck more to reality, and they were just interesting stories that just didn't evolve into, we have to fight this evil clown and I mean,
although that miniseries gets a lot of points.
Miniseries gets a lot of, but I mean, if you actually read the book, it's sort of like, we got to fight the evil clown. All right, what are we gonna do? Let's have an orgy in the sewer. And it's just sort of like, okay, you could see why those parts weren't put in the movies. So yeah, it's not what you'd expect from Stephen King.
No,
and it's lovely.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, we again wanted to pay tribute to the late Rob Reiner. It's unfortunate. He was definitely a cornerstone of popular culture.
Made a lot of good movies. A lot. Too many to mention right now, and I'm not looking them up. But we wanted to round out the year. We're only, again, doing one review this for our last film of the year, and we wanted to pay tribute to Rob Reiner. And thank you, Mr. Reiner, for loads of laughs, some tears, and a lot of thought. I think he was an interesting actor. He was very much this lovable guy, whether he played a meathead or a best friend. And also kind of a good storyteller. I wonder if it was partly because he had been in front of the camera before, but just what an incredible loss. Sympathies to his daughter Romy and his son Jake. And if I was going to give this a number from 1 to 10, I think I'd give it a 7.5. I think it's a strong script. The kid performers are all magnificent. Jerry O'Connell, Corey Feldman, who you know from so many things back in the 80s, Wil Wheaton, and also Gone Too Soon, River Phoenix. 1 to 10, what would you give it? I would give it a 7.
1 to 10.
I was going to say 7 too.
Before we wrap up, we'd like to encourage everyone to like, share, and follow. And before we close, I wanted to go around the table and get everybody's quick picks for the year. Sadly, Olive isn't feeling well, so we aren't having her on this last episode of the pod, but I want to go around the room and just get everybody's maybe top 10 of the year in no particular order. Can I start with you, Gigi?
Sure. Like Ma said, this isn't in any particular order, and there were more movies that I liked, but I was the only one who stuck with the 10 movie list, so whatever.
Thank you, kid.
I've got Alien, Romulus, The Substance, Companion, Sinners, Superman, 10 Things I Hate About You, Challengers, Nosferatu and Frankenstein, and then finally The Prestige.
Excellent. I forgot that we saw 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
That was really good, actually. Can I get your list, please?
Sure. I failed to stick to 10. I just tried to pick the ones that had moments in them that I really enjoyed and that I have probably talked about since seeing them. So in my list has Alien Romulus, Heretic, The Mummy, Casablanca, Upgrade, Commando, best Father's Day movie ever.
Yes.
Bring Her Back, The Prestige, Superman, Oddity, One Cut of the Dead, Train to Busan, Weapons, and lastly, The Thing.
Very good. I love that list. This is like asking me to pick my favorite child. That can't be done. So I actually went over my list. I put 20 and I justified it by saying, oh, well, Olive is in here, so I'm going to represent her with my choices.
Is Five Nights at Freddy and Sonic on there?
Sonic's on here, yeah, but not
go.
Five Nights. I forgot about that. All right. Again, in no particular order, Casablanca, because we just don't make movies like that anymore, and that endures. That's a film from the 40s that is just from top to bottom, just exquisite. My second choice is Bring Her Back, because the Philippus are the ones to watch right now, and they should be getting all the monies. I agree. Number 3, I think G picked this, The Substance. I'm still gobsmacked by that film. Just incredible storytelling, and kudos to Demi Moore, who just makes a fabulous return to it. I mean, she never really left, but this was just next level. I mean, amazing. Shout out to Sinners, shout out to Weapons, shout out to Heretic, shout out to Alien Romulus, Superman, The Prestige, Train to Busan, Good Boy, which was, I loved it so much. Frankenstein, because that gutted me. I saw it once in the theater with Kid 1 and was fine. I saw it the second time and just could not stop crying. Sonic 3, because that is crazy. We were on the 3rd Sonic, and those are still like top tier entertainment. Flow, I enjoyed Flow so very much. The Thing, because that is Carpenter at his best. This Descent, I think, is just a fantastic film. Oddity, also Companion. I love that these are like women-centric stories. And I'm going to round out with Evil Dead 2. And at the end of my list is The Mummy, which also is kind of like Casablanca. It's like one of those things came out in 99, but still in 100 years, people will be seeing that and still be entertained. And I want to give a shout out to, as you mentioned, Commando, The Last Dragon, Clueless, and To Wong Fu, because these are movies from my younger days that have also just stayed with me and have been a ton of fun. If you're out there listening to us, absolutely just go to the cinema, have fun, laugh, cry, hold your friends close, hug your kids, and just enjoy the ride. What a great year for films, new and old, and we'll see you all in 2026 with more reviews. And with that, we'll wrap it up. We talked about Stand By Me by the late, great Rob Reiner. You can check it out on Netflix. And don't forget to like, share, and follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And again, we'll see you in 2026. With that, we'll wrap it up and bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
good night.